Lisa?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, great. I don't see me though. There I am. Yes. Okay. So actually, although not everyone is remote, I'm kind of super remote at the moment. I'm actually on top of a mountain in Western North Carolina, but I was born and raised in Southeastern Ohio, and I am a proud graduate of OSU and Ohio University. Thank you very much, dear. My husband is here. And so I'm a graduate of Ohio University, and I graduated in '79. And I think that might be a very familiar year for some people if you remember the dairy barn. That's when it was starting to get going. And I have dreamed my entire life of hanging there. So I'm really excited, you know, and honored that you've let me do this, especially among, you know, so many wonderful other artists that I really call artists, because I always am little, because I work in fiber. Those are tiny, tiny little pieces. They're 1/4-inch pieces of fabric. And yes, I cut them all up. I put fusible on the background, on the back. I make a pattern first. I take a photograph, I make a pattern, and then, you know, I'm a big time geek because, you know, I come from being a technical trainer most of my life. And from there, I use my computer a lot. I make my pattern, and then I go out and I get to go through all my fabric stashes, and I pick out fabric. I cut it in. I put fusible on the back of it, cut it into tiny little pieces, and then I use a wand iron and a pair of tweezers, and I place each one of those and hit them with an iron. And once I'm done with that, then I have to go back and stitch the whole thing. That can take, you know, 3 or 4 hours just in itself, just getting it done. But I absolutely love it. I've been doing it now for about 18 years. Little Artist is actually one of my little cousins that she and I, you know, share our love of art. And in fact, do you have the picture of the back? Maybe.
Sorry, no, I didn't see the picture.
Oh, that's okay. Well, the back of it, oh, that's all right. I'll talk about that one too. But on the back of the other one, it actually had some of her artwork when she was that age. She wants it to be known, because she may be listening right now. She wants it to be known that although those were not her best work, they were when she was that age, but now she's 7 and she does much better work. Oh yeah, that's where I am right now. That's my view. And yeah. So Layla, if you're out there, I told them that you do much better work now, but she is a budding artist in herself. So I told you how I put it together. And then if you look at the next one, this one, I've really started working recently in the black and white. Usually I just would choose, you know, like all blues or all greens or something monochromatic, because it's easy, because it's valuation that makes the picture. I call these pictures life pictures when I'm trying to explain them, because just like life, sometimes we stand too close. And when you stand really close to these pictures, if you were really up there, you'd be able to see that they're so small and the little pieces, you know, all fit together, but you really don't see the picture until you take a step back, just like in life. And then you can get a look and see the big picture. This is Mr. Murphy. I just finished this a couple hours ago. That's me, by the way, because I'm on top of that mountain and I'm having a little hard time with, you know, high speed, our bandwidth, and being able to do both listen and send video. So it is like Chuck Close. Thank you very much. I meant to say that. It's a lot like Chuck Close. And in fact, he was is a big influence into figuring out how to do that, except where he went big and I went small. And one thing that I love about this is it mimics one of the oldest forms of art, which was mosaics that are still being, you know, unearthed today, and things that have been done several thousand years ago. And so I love that I've been able to take something so old and give it a new medium and still reproduce it. This is Mr., as I was saying earlier, this is Mr. Murphy. He's my friend Justine's father, who passed away a little over a year ago. And he was known for his smile and for his wild ties. And at his memorial service, they all the men wore red ties, and to honor him. And the tie that you see there is actually made up of his tie, Mr. Murphy's tie, who his son-in-law wore at the memorial. And then when I was talking to Justine, she trusted it with me to cut it up and put it into this. So I don't know what else to really say. If you had questions, I'll answer questions, but you know, it's just really fun. This one isn't stitched yet. I just finished putting in the little dots. Yep, that's my view. It is really pretty. It's dark right now, but it's raining, but not as bad as you're with the snow. I'm happy not to get the snow. I have many of my cousins who've been telling me about the snow, because I also live in Dublin, Ohio. So.
Well, thank you, Lisa.
Oh, thank you very much.